Hello again. We've been kind of focused on some books this month that have been about love and relationships and how it means to take care of somebody and a partnership. And I really want to focus on this book called All the Places to Love. Sometimes we think about only people that we love, but really we know that there's a lot of cool things just found in places. I'll probably cry as I read this, guys, because this book makes me just think of the places that bring back memories, the experiences that people help create for us in those places that make them special, and why do we really return to certain places as safety and spots we want to be. Maybe the favorite place you like to travel is, a cabin in the mountains that your family has. Or I will tell you that my favorite place to be when I was a kid was my grandparents' house, just because it had so many memories. It always smelled like cookies. My grandma loved to bake cookies, and just I felt safe there and loved there. So this book, I just want to share with you all the places to love. I hope it makes you think just about a place where you have really wonderful memories and memories with people that you care about, and maybe a place that you can write about. I used to always use this as a great thing, a great book to help me get ideas for what to write about when I was struggling with writing, because it brings up experiences or places that we can write about. Just thinking of favorite places that we like to be. So this is All the Places to Love by Patricia MacLachlan. On the day I was born, my grandmother wrapped me in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep. She held me up in the open window so that what I heard first was the wind. What I saw first were all the places to love. The valley, the river falling down over rocks, the hilltop where the blueberries grew. Ooh, I don't think they live in Highlands Ranch, do you? We don't have valleys or blueberries growing anywhere, right? Sounds like a really beautiful place. My grandfather was painting the barn, and when he saw me, he cried. He carved my name, Eli, on a rafter beside his name and grandmother's name and the names of my papa and mama. Do you see in the rafters there? Oops, sorry, let me see if I can move it. He's carved all their names into the wood. Must be in the barn. Mama carried me on her shoulders before I could walk. Through the meadows and hayfields, the cows watched us and the sheep scattered. The dogs ran ahead, looking back with sly smiles. When the grass was high, only their tails showed. When I was older, Papa and I plowed the fields. Where else is soil so sweet, he said. Once Papa and I lay down in the field holding hands, and the birds surrounded us. Raucous black grackles, redwings, crows in the dirt that swaggered like pirates. When we left, Papa put a handful of dirt in his pocket. I did too. My grandmother loved the river best of all the places to love. That sound like a whisper, she said, gathering in pools where trout flashed like jewels in the sunlight. Grandmother sailed little bark boats downriver to me with messages. I love you, Eli, one said. She says the sound like a whisper. I love this creek by the house I grew up in because my brother took me there once when I was, I don't know, maybe in 5th or 6th grade, and told me that the creek sounded like music. And so every time I hear falling water, I think of that moment and the music. So see how it just brings back those memories of places and people you love. We jumped from rock to rock to rock, across the river to where the woods began, where bunchberry grew under the pine needle path and trillium bloomed. Under the beech tree was a soft rounded bed where a deer had slept. The bed was warm when I touched it. When spring rains came and the meadow turned to marsh, cattails stood like guards and killdeers called, ducks nested by marsh marigolds, and the old turtle, His shell all worn, no matter how slow, still surprised me. Eli has quite the adventures here at this place, doesn't he? Sometimes we climbed to the place that Mama loved best, with our blueberry buckets and a chair for my grandmother, to the blueberry barren where no trees grew, the sky an arm's length away, where marsh hawks skimmed over the land and bears came to eat fruit, and wild turkeys left footprints for us to find, like messages. Where else, said my mama, can I see the sunrise on one side and the sunset on the other? My grandfather's barn is sweet smelling and dark and cool. Leather harnesses hang like paintings against old wood, and hay dust floats like gold in the air. Grandfather once lived in the city, and once he lived by the sea. But the barn is the place he loves most. Where else, he says, can the soft sound of cows chewing make all the difference in the world? Today we wait, him sitting on a wooden slat chair and me on the hay, until much later, my grandmother holds up a small bundle in the open window, wrapped in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep, and my grandfather cries. I told you guys, gets me every time. Together, we carved the name Sylvie in the rafter, beside the names of grandfather and grandmother and my mama and papa and me. My sister is born. Someday I might live in the city. Someday I might live by the sea. But soon I will carry Sylvie on my shoulders through the fields. I will send her messages downriver in small boats, and I will watch her at the top of the hill, trying to touch the sky. I will show her my favorite place, the marsh, where ducklings follow their mother like tiny tumbles of leaves. Don't you think it's cool how he's already picturing all the things he's going to do with her and show to her of this place that he loves so much, and she's just a teeny little baby. And there you see. All the places to love are here, I'll tell her, no matter where you may live. Where else, I will say, does an old turtle crossing the path make all the difference in the world? Remember, friends, sometimes it's the really simple things that surround us with great feelings. And I hope that this made you think of a place you love. I would love to hear your story of the places you love. I'd love to tell you more about mine. Have a great day.